All right.
Con,
Yes,
what car are you driving today?
this is a BMW F20 120i, but I can't remember what year is this already. What year is this?
This car is made in year 2016.
2016.
Yeah.
So it's
8 years old.
8 years old. Okay.
Today, as of
Okay.
today.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's the 1.6 with the Prince engine.
Yes,
Right.
bro. I think you have a lot of comments on this engine, right?
Yeah, I very prejudiced against this engine one.
Yeah. Maybe in this video, in this segment, maybe let's share some of your comments on this engine with the audience. What is good? What is not so good? Yeah, I think we need to have an unbiased.
So now I've heard a lot of very unfavorable comments of the Prince engine. All right, especially when a lot of Peugeot owners, all right, the Mini owners, and also some of the F30 316i owners. But just before we got together, I actually picked up the phone and gave Tana a call. You know, I asked him, "Hey, Tana, this Tommy Choo is bringing me the F20 120i, the Prince engine one. That car actually okay one or not?" And in Tana's words, right, in his experience having serviced a few in his workshop, he tells me that it's actually not as unreliable as what most people say. And as a matter of fact, later at the end of this video, I'm going to add on another segment whereby I asked Tana to list down for me some of the key maintenance costs, you know, things like oil change, ATF, brake rotors, all that. Tana is compiling that for us as we are filming this video, and I'm going to put that information at the back of this video. So in Tana's words, right, the 120i is not as unreliable as what most people think.
Oh, that's great to hear.
Yeah,
from a mechanic himself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now in Malaysia, right, in the Malaysian market, the F20, when it was pre-facelift, mostly came with the Prince engine, right, in different states of tune. I think they had the 116, they had the 118, they had the 120, and also the 125. 125 would have been the N20 engine 2.0.
But that's very rare, right?
Very rare. Very rare.
Difficult to find.
Very rare. Then with the facelift model, like the one that we are driving today, they started off introducing only this 120i with a 1.6 Prince engine, and later they replaced it with the 118i with the 1.5 B38 3-cylinder.
Between the two, which one do you prefer? The 3-cylinder or the 4-cylinder?
Okay, actually, I preferred the 3-cylinder engine, because the 3-cylinder engine is you know, when it was new
Yep.
you know, lighter engine, more the front handling is sharper. Okay, but I think over long term wise, a bigger engine with more cylinders is always better lah.
Yeah, smoother, right? And less likelihood for you to change engine mountings.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes. You can't get away from the laws of physics lah.
Yeah, just always say no displacement, no replacement for displacement.
Yeah.
And this is like no replacement for a less cylinder.
Yeah. But one thing I do have to say is that as I was driving this, we were driving this car just now along the highways and all that. Now, number one, I feel that the performance is pretty alright for day-to-day driving. But I do feel that, you know, like now, right, as we are driving in the default mode, right, default comfort mode, the engine does need to be worked hard a bit in order to get going. So it is still not as punchy from down low compared to the N20 engine. Correct. You see, like right now I'm going about 1,005 RPM, 30 kilometers per hour. I want to gun it, right? The engine needs a bit of time, the turbo needs a bit of time to spool up. Yeah.
I think most 1.6 turbocharged engine have some sort of similar characters.
Yeah.
The 2-liter one is a bigger engine, of course. The turbo lag is lesser.
Yes.
I think that's physics as well.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't care how clever your tuning is, right? Physics is physics, end of story.
Let me give you one magic. I put sports mode.
Okay, the engine now feels feels more eager to rev, right? There's more punch at 3,000 to 4,000 RPM, and also I do suspect it is also the gearbox helping it along. right? This ZF 8-speed gearbox, we all know it's a fantastic gearbox.
Yep, one of the best gearboxes from the Europe.
Yeah. Well, the ride is actually quite firm, right? Not surprising because it's M Sport spec, but more comfortable than the G20 M Sport.
I totally agree with you.
Right. What I can feel here is that you can feel the surface of the road. You can feel it through the suspension. The suspension lets all the road details come into the cabin, but it damps out the sharp edges, so you don't feel the harshness of the road.
Correct. I mean, being me sitting here on the passenger side,
Yeah.
I can feel the road, but I do not feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It still somehow comfortable, but of course we don't compare with the C200 and those sort of car.
Yeah,
That was
different-
more
different-
comfortable, different category. I think this is a hatch, sports hatch.
Yeah.
So we expect the car to drive really well. So in a trade-off of comfort.
Okay, so this unit, right? 2016 car. Now I know you're bringing for customers to see, but how much is this going for?
All in on the road, below 80,000 ringgit. Okay,
That's
wow, I
about-
see your face, oh.
That's about Vios City price, eh?
Yeah, way. Because nowadays Vios, I think the Yaris, right?
No, actually, it's cheaper than Vios and City.
Yeah, I think for City hatchback,
Uh-huh.
it will cost about 90,000 ringgit for a new.
Yeah.
So we have to compare with the hatchback.
The good spec is 90,000. Yeah,
Yeah.
you buy 70, 80,000. Is the checkout spec.
I think we have to compare with the good spec because this is the M Sport spec.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we have to compare with another mix of the top of the specs.
Okay.
Yeah, a Honda City hatchback will cost about 90,000 ringgit.
Right.
I think the Toyota, now we call it Yaris, right? Hatchback.
Yeah, Yaris. Yeah.
Yaris, right? It's also about 90,000 ringgit. Okay. I think that's the new car comparison. So let's come to used car comparison. What you want to compare with?
I don't know. You tell me, lor. 80K. What else can you buy used car around similar age?
Let's say if we compare with something similar from the Germany,
Germans.
we'll be looking at the A class. We'll be looking at the A3.
But A class, firstly the resale value of A class is much stronger than 1 Series, right? So it's either 80,000 ringgit. You look at an A class, it's an older car.
Yep.
Or you want a 2016 car. 2016 A class, chances are it will cost more than this.
Yeah, I think we have to compare apple to apple. So the A class must be an AMG spec as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
AMG spec.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's compare with something from the eastern side,
Okay.
from Japan.
Okay.
I think a more apple to apple comparison between something from Japan is the Honda Civic, the turbocharged one,
But
the 1.5 TCP,
Honda Civic, at this same 2018, 2019?
2016. Let's compare 2016 Honda Civic TCP and this. And mind you, this is slightly cheaper than the Honda Civic in the market. Yep.
Same year.
Yes.
Same year Honda Civic is more expensive than this.
Yeah. The TCP, we compare the high spec one.
Yeah, saying you sure?
Yeah. It's all in the internet one. You can Google. Yeah. Wow.
Okay.
Oh, I see your face. Very surprised,
No, you see the thing is now you tell me 2016 Civic is 80K, my brain can accept. You tell me 2016 1 Series 80K, I can accept. It's just that I never brain the fact that these two are the same price.
Yeah, wait. That's because in general perceptions, the Japanese cars are more reliable. That's why the resale value is better.
Wow, but still,
And general perception for a continental car is you need to pay more for maintenance. That's why reliability. That's why the resale value is lower.
but it's still mind blowing.
Oh.
It's still mind blowing.
But general perception, right? So we are here to correct the general perceptions in a way.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So. Okay.
I think the audience would like to know, hey, this car, is it very difficult to maintain?
Yeah. I mean, I'll get Tana to address that later in the video. But coming back to the purchase price of this, right? So. 2016 car, how much a loan tenure can you get for this car?
You still can get 7 years loan.
7-year loan. Okay.
Per month installment is about 1,000 ringgit thereof, with about 10% down payment. And you only pay this car for the next 7 years.
1,000 ringgit down payment.
Yep.
Okay, so means that so ideally my rule is if you are depending on your active income to pay for your car loan, you should cap your car loan commitments at no more than 20 or 30%.
I think that's a very good advice.
Income.
Yeah, good advice.
That which means that at 1,000 ringgit a month, this car is a viable choice if you're earning about 5 to 6K upwards per month. Right?
That's good. Good advice. I think that's very good advice in terms of financial management.
Okay.
I think people like you even better, right? No need to pay car installment, right?
Yeah. You know what? I still paying for my S-Max.
Oh, S-Max still paying.
Yeah. But that one, I at that time I put a high down payment.
Okay.
Because I also have this rule one whereby, right, before I decide how much loan I apply, I look at the resale value of a car that's 1 year older. All right, and I make sure that my loan does not exceed that. Because my strategy is, I always want to make sure that if, let's say, in an emergency, I can liquidate the car without needing to top up money to the bank.
Correct. But I think just put it in mind, if you buy and sell the car, even new or used, if you sell a car in a very short time, let's say less than a year, most likely you need to top up on the loan balance, on outstanding loan. The question is how much? The question is how much?
But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, because every car would have a very different depreciation curve. When you buy a new car, especially the more expensive one, the depreciation curve is even steeper.
But yeah, so the best thing is, right, is if you are able to have a business or an asset or some property rental, right, that pays for your car loan, that one is the best.
Best way. Sleeping also money come in with.
Yeah. I mean that allows that will really changes the game. That allows you to finance the purchase of your car with complete peace of mind. You know, I always believe in that. So as car enthusiasts, we all dream of being able to enjoy our cars to the fullest, and to be able to do that, we must have the finances in place to take care of things like monthly installments, your fuel, and also maintenance. Now, if we are to depend solely on one source of income to cover all that, then maintaining a car feels incredibly expensive. So this is the reason why I'm now working with Team Infinity Academy, where I not only have access to better tools and strategies to more effectively manage my finances, but also a business opportunity that costs little to get started, practically no running costs, and most importantly, complete with systems and processes that will allow you to start making money from day one. So if you're interested to find out more, there is a link to a form in the description section. Fill it up and I'll be in touch with more information regarding this opportunity. Right now, I'm looking for 3 people to launch a new team with by the end of this month. And with any luck, you and I can be business partners in this exciting project. And now, back to the video.
So, Con, you have been driving this car for the past 30 minutes. What do you like about this car?
Well, I like the fact that it's rear wheel drive. This is the last 1 Series rear wheel drive.
Why people are like so crazy about rear wheel drive?
If you ask me why, it's just the way the car behaves that's different. Because you see, like right now, right, the current Gen 1 Series, it's people forgot about it already because it's no different from an A-Class. Whereas this 1 Series, yes, you know, when it was new, more people bought the A-Class than this. But the thing is, people remember this car.
Yep.
People remember this car. The new 1 Series is not really at the top of my mind, you know. I can't remember how it looks like really.
New 1 Series.
I can't. It's.
I don't really see it on the road. Also.
I don't see it on the road. Yeah. So I think this is this car definitely will be a future classic, right? But a bit unfortunate that it never really came with a really good engine. It was either this Prince engine or the 3-cylinder, mostly.
I think it wasn't a really good engine at that time, but I think right now, because there are more and more cars with a similar engine on the road, I think the maintenance are a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, it's economic scale. You have more of the same engine on the road, you have more mechanics that can repair it, and you get more options of spare parts with more reasonable price.
Okay, okay. Anyways, on that note, we shall adjourn. We'll take you on a walk around of the car, and I'll end the video by showing you some of the maintenance cost estimates as shared to me by Tana. All right, so watch the end of the video. Okay, so this is the 120i M Sport. So with the 1 Series, right, there's a lot of debate going on between the pre-facelift and the facelift model. When the pre-facelift model was first launched, there was a lot of controversy, right? A lot of people couldn't accept what they call the Angry Bird look. And I personally, all right, also can't, among those who can't accept it lah. And I think this facelift here is easier to the eye, both from the rear and also from the front. It is overall a less polarizing view, okay? And here in the M Sport kit, it exudes just the right amount of sportiness, right amount of aggressiveness, but without going overboard, right? And of course, one thing about the cars here in Malaysia, we get whatever the spec that whatever variant that you choose, BMW Malaysia always specs them with a very high headlamp spec. Okay, so this is full LED headlamps. Okay, M Sport trim, M Sport front bumpers, M Sport wheels, a little M badge here, and also the side mirror cover has this little tanduk here at the side. Wow, I got keyless entry. Check this out. Keyless entry. So I remember at that time, even like the F30 pre-facelift did not come with keyless entry unless you take like the 335i. Okay, so this 120i has keyless entry. That's good. Okay, and so you open the boot. Wow, how many badminton racket you have here? Okay, so proof here that in terms of storage space, it's decent for a hatchback. So the seats here, look at this full M Sport interior. Okay, Alcantara seats. Drop this down. So what they've done is that they've ensured the floor drops flat. Okay, so this is flat. No rear armrest, but that's okay. Also fixed mounts with this hinge lid here. Rear aircon vents. Now let's bring you to the front. This is the typical template, F generation interior template. Start stop button. Now this is not original. This red button is owners and re-add one now. Okay. In terms of quality, in terms of material selection, this generation of BMWs, it's less impressive compared to the current G series models. But in terms of ergonomics, all right, in terms of clarity, you see like this simple instrument cluster, the buttons all laid out here nicely, the F generation is superior, okay? The iDrive here is all still relatively easy to navigate, okay? The new current generation BMWs with all that big panel here and all that funky digital instrument cluster, or those don't do it for me, okay? But this I would say is peak BMW in terms of ergonomics. Now, this steering wheel here, you notice that this rim is shiny, okay? This is indicative that steering wheel needs a clean lah, okay? When you see leather surfaces that are so shiny, it means that there's a lot of grime and oil that's stuck to it. This needs to be cleaned up, all right? So this is the one of the more attractive design M Sport steering wheels. Give this a proper cleanup, and this interior would look great. I remember when I reviewed the the F33 series pre-facelift, the quality of the cabin is actually not as good as this one. This F21 series, actually the cabin quality feels better compared to the F30 pre-facelift. Okay, at least I don't see any evidence of melting plastics and all that stuff. All right, so yeah, this is what you can get. I was mind blown when Tommy Choi just now tell me you can get one of these, right, for less money than a same age Honda Civic, right? That to me is mind blowing.
Hey guys, Tana here. Con asked me a question about reliability of the F20 12i 1.6 engine, and I've been thinking hard about this. The only way to compare like for like is to think about, well, how is this engine compared to a N20, because it's not really a BMW engine, it's more like a Prince engine. And how do you compare that like for like? Because both engines, both drivetrain will have issues with cooling system. There will be a time that you change the cooling system, water pump, all those are comparable. Is there anything worse off in the Prince engine than the typical BM engine? I don't think so. Everything is about status quo. However, parts replacement, I'm going to run through to you now. Oil change, obviously 4 liter, any oil will do. Let's say about 200 ringgit depending on oil you use. The ATF oil, it's about 80 ringgit per liter ZF, and you might use about, I would say, 4 liters for a half change. If you go for a OEM brand, you pay about 50 bucks. Brake pads original, it's about just under 500 ringgit. But if you go for OEM brands, the brake pad will cost you about 250 ringgit. The rotor are a little expensive. The rotor is about 500 ringgit each original. But if you go for OEM again, it's going to cost you something like 200 odd ringgit each. Shocks absorbers from Shacks, it's going to cost you about 350 ringgit. Mounting, that's a piece again. Mounting, it's again, it's about just shy of 280 ringgit. They're about the damper covers, about 150 ringgit per set. Rear absorbers, about this is about just below 300 ringgit per set each. Mounting again, 110 ringgit. Yeah, cooling system, water pump. I'm going to list over here, and the prices here are not any much different to what you pay for a typical BMW. They are relatively cheap, and they last a long time. These parts will last easily 5 years, 6 years or more. So I don't see the big issue about maintaining a 1.6 engine from the 12i F20. You know what? Fantastic engine. The only thing is you got to do proper maintenance like any other cars. These cars are more rev happy, and they do require you to rev it more, because if you don't rev it, what happens is carbon buildup is an issue. Deposits, if you go for blasting services like the blow job that Desmond gives in KL Auto, that's a good thing to do. Carbon buildup is an issue, but other than that, guys, it's a pretty reliable car. Water pump, cooling system, pipes, all those are common issues with any car. So yeah, I don't see any major drawbacks. Maybe timing chain. Yep, on high mileage cars, timing chain issue. But then again, even with BMW, they say lifetime. I would change it every sub 80,000 kilometer anyway. So again, I don't see like for like comparable anything worse off in its engine compared to a typical reliable BMW drivetrain. Hope that helps. Cheers.